Michael Bisping got fairytale ending when he recovered from first-round scare to beat Dan Henderson. With one eye, Michael Bisping signed off his UFC career in one of the most traumatic. He fought back to claim victory from the jaws of defeat. The victory in October 2016 marked Bisping's 20th win in Dana White's promotion since his debut in 2006. It made him the record holder at the time for the most wins in UFC's history, surpassing the legendary Georges St. Pierre. Britain's Bisping was defending his middleweight title for the first time, having shockingly knocked out Luke Rockhold 4 months prior. Dan Henderson, his opponent, had done the same to him in brutal fashion 7 years before the encounter. The feud between both men stretched nearly 10 years and was one of the most historic rivalries in the middleweight division back in the 2010s. Henderson inflicted huge pain on Bisping with one of the most devastating KOs in the organization's history when the pair clashed in 2009 UFC 100. It was the first time the Brit had been knocked out in his UFC career. Henderson was a former Pride, Japanese MMA promotion champion, and Bisping was just at the beginning of his career. But this time it was a different tale, and the roof inside the Manchester arena nearly came flying off when Bruce Buffer announced Bisping as the middleweight champion once again. An incredible thing about Bisping's performance was the fact he could only see out of his right eye for the majority of the fight following the damage Hendo caused in the very first round. The even more brilliant aspect of Bisping's performance was the brutal fact that he became legally blind in his right eye 3 years before the fight, after fighting Vitor Belfort in 2013, in which a fight-ending head kick had left Bisping with a detached retina. Doctors had continuously told him that he should retire, but the man from Clitheroe, Lancashire, who initially dealt with the issue privately in fear that he wouldn't be allowed to fight, fought on 6 surgeries later. Bisping later confirmed on the Wild Rides podcast that he was clinically blind for his last couple of UFC fights, but only ever told his wife the truth. 37-year-old Bisping showed off his Union Jack-themed mouthguard as the two squared off in the octagon. Although 9 years his elder, Henderson's overhand right, the H-bomb and same one that knocked out Bisping, was one of the most devastating power shots in the UFC, and it didn't take long for the Count to experience his American counterpart's knockout power. With 38 seconds left in the first round, it was nearly 2009 all over again, as Hendo hit Bisping with a beautiful, well-timed counter right that sent him crashing into the canvas. The crowd erupted as he followed up with huge elbows on the ground that split open Bisping. But Hendo couldn't finish his opponent, as both men found their feet before the end of the round. It was clear Bisping was damaged when the camera caught his left eye cut open and already swelling before we'd even entered round 2. As the bout progressed, Bisping got more comfortable and continued to increase the volume with which he was throwing kicks that kept his opponent guessing.